Hey, happy August, Marvel United people, and welcome back to another one of our holiday gameplay videos here on the Digital Charcuterie channel. My name's Andrew Fantasia. Here's me. I'm really here. Hi. And welcome back. It's August, and boy, let me tell you something. August kind of sucks for holidays. It was really tricky finding the right holiday, something with which to get creative, and I finally landed on this. And boy, is this going to require some explanation off the top. So the holiday we're going with this month is, drumroll please, the Feast of Saint Roch. Yeah, I'm also scratching my head. But that was the one that I landed on that I thought I could have the most fun with. The Feast of Saint Roch is a day celebrating, I guess he's one of the Catholic saints. His name is Saint Roch, obviously. And he is known as the patron saint of, quote, dogs, bachelors, invalids, and falsely accused people, unquote. It's patron saints. It's a real strange, wide net that they all cover. So yeah, according to Wikipedia and other sources I found, Saint Roch is the patron saint of dogs, invalids, bachelors, and falsely accused people. And his whole thing was he and his dog fought off a giant plague. And I think he eventually died of the plague, but he was he also became known as a saint to people suffering from plagues and such, whatever. So now I have kind of taken that and bastardized it into this Marvel United version of that. So this is what we're looking at here. We are looking at Feast of Saint Roch United, and it is something, let me tell you. According to him being the patron saint of invalids, bachelors, and falsely accused people and dogs, I have decided to go with the following setup here. So we have Professor Charles Xavier representing someone who is disabled, who back in those times would have been called an invalid. He's going to be our first character. Bachelors, I went with Beast, because I don't think I've ever seen Beast get married or anything like that. And I mean, there's nobody more falsely accused in this world than Spider-Man. Let's be real. But hey, wait, there's one more thing. He's also the patron saint of dogs. So Beast has Cosmo tagging along for the ride here as part of his hero deck. And there we have it. Those are our three amigos. Well, 3.5 amigos, because Cosmo counts, for this game. There they all are spread out there. And who are they fighting? Well, I figured who better to represent a plague than our buddy Venom. His name is literally poison. So Venom is going to be our villain of the day. And if you've not played with Venom before, here's what happens. When a hero's KO'd, Venom doesn't bam, he just plays another Master Plan card. When he bams, though, he's dealing a damage to everybody in his location. 2 damage if they have any crisis tokens. And then each hero there gets 1 crisis token. Venom essentially gives out crisis tokens like he is infecting people with the plague. You see, he also gives you crisis tokens when he overflows. And then he's got a villainous plot. The heroes lose if they are all out of the game, and a hero becomes out of the game when they accumulate this number of crisis tokens, depending on the number of players. We've got 3 players, so if any of our characters gets 6 crisis tokens, bad news, ooh, they got the plague, and they're out of here. And that's that. Venom's trying to wipe everybody out, but Feast of Saint Roch United isn't going to let that stand. And this is also something special is happening here today. We have a first for me, my friends, a Marvel United first. As somebody who has played, I think we're looking at almost 600 games now, if not more. I have another milestone here to keep track of, because this is my first time ever using an upgraded component. Look at this. Let me slide this into view. Plastic tokens are now a thing on my table. I never opted for any of the upgrade components just because they were, a lot of extra money, and I didn't have a lot of extra money to spend. But I went to my local game store the other day to get a birthday gift for my friend, and they actually had Marvel United product in the game store. They never have Marvel United product at my local store, like ever. But today they had an end cap. That's how much they had. And they had this beautiful thing right here, the plastic tokens box, which includes tokens for seasons 1 and 2, which was beautiful. I didn't realize that there was 2 seasons worth bundled together in this. So yeah, there's so much good stuff in here. Sauron's Hypnosis, there's Mystique's Senator Kelly token, there's the Spider-Man stuff. So yeah, seasons 1 and 2 are all covered in here. And I got to pick up my first piece of Marvel United upgrade components, which, I mean, I can't wait to try them out. I've set them up and they already feel amazing. I love how the health counters actually stack. It's so cool. So now I've spoiled myself, and now I don't know if I'll be able to go back to cardboard, but we'll see. Now hopefully one day I can upgrade to the cardboard villain dashboards and locations, because those are beautiful too. So here we go. Let's kick things off, everybody. Okay. So Venom is going to take his first turn here. I didn't talk about his threats, but we'll talk about his threats when they come up. All right, Mr. Venom, what do you have in store for us today? You're going to move clockwise to the next location with any heroes, and then you're going to give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in Venom's location, and then you're going to bam. It's a lot of stuff you're doing. Okay. So he's going to move clockwise. Here he goes. Whoop. Then he's going to give 1 crisis token, 1 plastic crisis token. Whoa, look at that. It's made of plastic. Hear that? That's me flicking plastic. Okay. He's going to give that to 1 hero. Well, I feel like Venom has it in for Spider-Man, so let's give it to Spider-Man. And then he's going to bam, which means he deals 1 damage to each hero in his location, 2 if they have any crisis tokens. Then each hero there gets 1 crisis token. Well, that's already a real piece of bad news for us. So I have to take damage from everybody. I guess I'm going to lose this wild card. Xavier's going to take a damage there. Okay. Beast has to take a damage. I'm going to lose this. Okay. And Spider-Man has to take 2 damage. All right, well, let's get rid of these 2 big punchy cards for now. Wow, bummer. And double bummer, because he landed on this space, and when taking damage, heroes in this location take an extra damage. Oh, boy. That's even worse. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. And we need to take more damage. Well, let's get rid of this Cosmo card, because the other one heals us. And Spider-Man, unfortunately, is knocked out on turn 1. That's it. Spider-Man's already KO'd. And because the character is KO'd, Venom immediately plays another Master Plan card. What a great start we're off to. Okay, here we go. What's Venom going to do now? He's going to move 1. Because he landed here, give 1 crisis token to any hero the heroes choose. Well, I'm going to give it to Spider-Man, because he already has 1. So let's just give that to him there. Oh, actually, well, everybody's already supposed to have 1. So let's just get that set up. All right. Sorry, I don't think you can see the crisis tokens, but now everybody has 1 except Spider-Man. He's got 2. And then Venom's going to end this magnificent turn of his by just putting down a bunch of civilians all over the place. So let me get those plastic civilians up and running. You can probably hear them clattering away in my hands here. And here he goes, dropping off civilians everywhere. Civilians are going in the X-Men's hangar bay, and they're also going at the Mutant Research Center on Muir Island. Okay. All right. Now our heroes can do stuff, finally. Wow. Okay. Well, this isn't doing us any good right now, so let's play leadership. Give 2 heroic tokens from the pool to another hero, and we get a heroic action. So Professor Xavier is going to save a civilian. And then he's going to give 2 heroic tokens, 2 plastic heroic tokens. Woo! Plastic sounds. And he's going to give those to, here's some plastic ASMR for you. He's going to give those to 1 other hero. He can't spread the love. So let's give them to Spider-Man. Yeah, let's give them to Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's kind of hurting. He could use the extra help. All right. Actually, no, we're going to give them to Beast, because Beast only has 1 card in his hand right now. All right. Even though Beast is about to have more than 1 card. Okay, because Beast is going to play this. Regenerating Factor. You may draw cards until you have 3 in hand. And there's a move and a punch on that card. Okay. So now Beast has a move, a punch, and a heroic. Well then, let's take him here. Move. Punch. And then for his heroic, he is going to put a star down on here. Oh, but he was just given 2 stars by Professor X, so he's going to go ahead and put those here too, which means he's already gotten rid of the infect card. Boom. He puts that there. Because he ends his turn here, he may gain another heroic token. Beast, that, my friend, was a turn and a half. All right. Now, once during each of Beast's turns, because he's got Cosmo, he may move his companion to a location, I can talk, I promise, adjacent to them for free. Companions are not considered heroes for game effects, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So let's move Cosmo here. All right. And now, poor Spider-Man is going to stand himself back up, draw back up to 4 cards. I don't think you can get rid of crisis tokens in this game unless you have a card that does so. So, oh boy. Okay. Here we go. Spider-Man's got a decent hand of cards here. And Beast has given him a move and a punch. Well, let's go with this. Let's go with this move and heroic. Okay. Spider-Man's got 2 move, a punch, and a heroic. He's going to use the punch here. Punch that thug. Then he's going to go 1 move, 2 moves, and use the heroic to rescue someone there. All right. Venom. Please don't be bad. It's bad. It's entangle. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes. So he's coming after Spider-Man again. He's going to give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in Venom's location, and then bam. And he's in another organic fangs place, so the bam is going to do 3 damage to Spider-Man, and it's going to knock him out again. So where's my crisis tokens at? Boom. He's doing 3 damage to Spider-Man. Spider-Man gets knocked out. Wow. Okay. And because we have a KO, Venom goes again. And it's another Entangle card. So, whoop, the next location with any heroes. Now, does that count for Cosmo there? Oh, they're not considered heroes. That's right. Okay, so he goes right to Professor X. And then he also gives Professor X another crisis token. And bams. So Professor X is taking 3 damage. So he is being knocked out. Okay. Those Entangle cards are nasty. Oh my god. All right. And then, because he knocked somebody out, he's taking another turn. What's he doing? I'm pretty sure I shuffled this deck, everybody. Okay, Venom's coming here. He is doing 2 damage to Beast, which knocks him out. Beast only had 1 card in his hand. No more Beast. And he's giving Beast a crisis token as well. So, there we go. Venom is taking another turn now. 1, bam. 1, bam. All right. And then he is putting down thugs because there's nobody left for him to hurt. Okay. Thug there, and a thug there. Thug life, indeed. All right. This is ludicrous. I have never had a full board full of dead heroes. All right, Professor Xavier, get back up. Let's see what we can do for you. You have a move and a heroic. Now that's a bad one there because it says heroes ending their turn in this location get a crisis token, so we don't want that if we can help it. Let's do this. Is that what I want to do? Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to play this double wild because we really need to start hustling. So let's play this double wild. And with a move and a heroic on our side, we are going to move heroic wild and get rid of this awful shape-shifting card. Get it out of our way. And because he ended his turn there, he may rescue 1 civilian from this location. That is beautiful. Okay. Next, we are drawing cards for the Beast from the East. That is a Goosebumps reference that I hope somebody got. Okay, and there's a Cosmo card here. No more Mr. Nice Dog. Next villain turn for each damage taken by heroes in Cosmo's location. immediately punch and star there. Okay, so let's keep him with Professor X, because that might be handy. But now Beast has 2 wilds. And let's give him this move and punch card. Okay. So he's going to use 2 of his wilds here to do some stuff. So he's going to use 1 wild to rescue and 1 wild to beat a thug. And then he's going to move and he's going to punch this thug as well. Okay. And you know what? He's got his star token here that he still had, his heroic token. So let's just use that down there. All right. And now Spider-Man is standing back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Okay, he's got great responsibility, but he doesn't have the ability to save anybody right now, so that's not that great. But he does have that single wild. And that is nice. There's another shape-shifting here, so we don't want to end our turn there if we can help it. Okay. Let's do this. Let's play this single wild card. What we're going to do is we're going to use that move to move here. We're going to use Beast's punch to punch, and then we're going to use the wild to move back here. That's it. Okay. Venom, who has how many cards left? Far too few is the answer to that question. He's going to do this. 4 and a bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deal 1 damage to each hero in his location 2 if they have any crisis tokens. Nope, so everybody's safe, and then he's just dropping thugs. Okay. Feel like he used up all of his entangles, and now he's just being tame. Either that or he's toying with us. All right, Professor Xavier, what have you got here, sir? So there's a wild that's been given to you. And he's got all these genius intelligence cards. But are they going to help? You know what? Let's just be simple here. Let's just take it easy. We're going to use leadership, give 2 punch tokens from the pool to another hero. He's going to give those punch tokens to Beast. Beast is going to take those punch tokens. And now Professor X has a wild and a punch, so he's going to go wild and punch, and he's going to punch 2 thugs. And because he ended his turn on Genosha, he can rescue a civilian from this location. There we go. Beast, what have you got for us? What have you got for us? You've got not a whole lot, to be honest. Actually, no, you have plenty. You have plenty of options. I think that the best course of action here, he has more punch tokens than he needs. That's the thing. I think I am going to do this. I'm not going to bother with that punch Professor X gave me. I'm just going to do these 2 heroics so that I can go pum pum and clear organic fangs. My muscle memory keeps making me want to take all these little tokens and stuff and throw them in the other box, but I have my plastic box now, so I got to be careful. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the punch, and because he ended his turn here, another hero in this or an adjacent location may draw a card. There you go, Spider-Man. Draw yourself a card. And now it's Spider-Man's turn, so he's going to draw himself another card, and he is going to take a look at what he has, because now I know he has that great responsibility card, which is going to come in very, very handy. All right. So here we go. Great responsibility. Rescue up to 3 civilians in your location. For each civilian rescued with this special effect, gain 1 punch token. All right. So he already has 2 stars, so he's going to use those 2 stars to rescue these 2 guys here. And then he's going to swing over here and rescue up to 3 more. 1, 2. And for each that he rescues there, that's 2, he gets a punch token. So that gives him, where are they? Here's the punch tokens. 1 and 2 punch tokens that he gets to acquire for himself here. And because he ends his turn there, he gains a star token as well. And he has now completed the Rescue Civilians mission. So we will slide that back there and go like this. And now Venom is under pressure, which might have been a bad idea in hindsight, but let's get this show on the road. I don't like how aggressive Venom was. We're going to take the fight to him. Here we go. Number 2. How have I gone this long without making a Venom voice? I apologize.
Eddie, we are infecting people, Eddie.
Okay, Venom's going to your island, and he's going to bam, which means he's attacking Beast. So he's going to deal 1 damage to Beast, but it's actually 2 damage because Beast has crisis tokens. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what? Let's keep the Cosmo card, because I feel like that might come in handy. I've played with pet companions several times now, and I find it really hard to actually get them, use them well enough to justify their existence. I find it really difficult to use them. Maybe because there's only 3 cards, I don't know. But I really want to try to, make it worthwhile to have Cosmo on the board. All right, so he is infecting Beast some more. So Beast now has 3. And then he is dropping Thugs. So 1, 2, 3. Even though we got our butts kicked near the beginning, we've been okay with crisis tokens. Right now, the most anybody has is 3, which is halfway to being, knocked out. Touch wood. Maybe I just jinxed myself, but I think we're going to be okay. All right. Professor X. Charles Xavier, what have you got for us? So this turn, this genius intelligence thing really only works well when there's a card like this that came before it. So I am going to, what am I going to do? Let's go with this card. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with this card because I'm going to do something risky just because I want to get this horrible card off the board. So Professor X is going to move 2 spaces. And he's going to play that heroic action to put a heroic token here. Because he ends his turn there, he has to take a crisis token, so he's getting sick. But that's okay. That is a-okay. So now it's Beast's turn. Okay. And what is Beast going to do? Well, Beast is going to play this card with a wild on it. Right? So he's going to use these 2 punch tokens that were in his possession to punch Venom twice. Punch, punch. There we go. Then he's going to move with that, place a star token with that, and then he's going to use the wild to move back there and end his turn there, allowing somebody else to draw a card. Everybody, let's give the card to Professor X. I just realized I can't hurt Venom, so I'm taking back those 2 punches I did. And instead, we're going to use those 2 punches on this guy and on this guy, so that now we actually can hurt Venom. My bad. All right, so now Venom is able to be damaged. And now it's his turn. 0, bam! So he's staying right there, and he's bamming. And he's hurting Beast. He's doing 2 damage to Beast, so Beast gets knocked out. Okay, he doesn't acquire a crisis token because he doesn't count as being there. I may have mistakenly done that before, but all right. Well, he's getting knocked out. And now Venom gets another turn. 2, bam. 1, 2, because he landed there. 1 hero gets a crisis token. We can choose. Let's give it to Spider-Man again. There we go. Spider-Man's got 4 crisis tokens now. And then Venom is populating with a bunch of civilians. Okay, he has 2 master plan cards left. Not good, my friends. Not good at all. To Saint Roch, where's your help here? I thought you were the patron saint of this stuff, man. All right. That's it. Wow, so many civilians. Okay. All right, Spider-Man, it is now your turn. You've got a nice full hand of 5 cards there, my friend, but Venom literally could not be farther away from you, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay. I think I know what to do. Beast gave us a wild. We're going to play Web Slinging. Gain 2 move tokens. All right, so here are 2 move tokens, and I'm immediately going to spend them both. 1, 2 to move. 1, 2. All right. Then I'm going to use this move from the card to move to Venom's location. I'm going to use this wild to punch Venom. I'm going to use Spider-Man's 2 punch tokens that he had to punch Venom again. So we've done 3 damage to Venom. And then Spider-Man has a one of these tokens here. And I'm just going to go ahead and use that to rescue a civilian so that the spot doesn't get too full. And now it is Professor X's turn. And looky what we have here. We've got not quite enough to do damage and clear a card, but we're just going to go ahead and play this. Move and a heroic. Because guess what? We're going to use that heroic to get rid of this card finally, which means we have completed this 3rd mission, which is amazing. We can get rid of that. Which means everybody immediately draws a card. Oh, except Beast. Beast can't draw a card. Too bad. Now he has 2 moves. So, oh boy. Let's move him 1, 2. Let's move him here so he can end his turn there and rescue a civilian. Why not? All right. It is Venom's turn. 5. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's just dropping lots of people everywhere. He's dropping it like it's hot. Okay. Overflow happens. 1 hero gets 1 crisis token. Okay, let's give that to Professor X. Overflow does not happen here, thankfully. And it does not happen here. So overflow is very dangerous. That's how he's going to... Overflow is the way he would really start spreading out that crisis love. So thankfully, we've been on top of that until now. All right, Beast, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is Cosmo actually going to be of help in this game? We'll see. Ooh, oh, let's stand him up too. There we go. All right. Well, Cosmo's thing returns face down hero cards, face up, which is not a thing here. So Beast is just going to go ahead and play his double wild. Because that lets him move and heroic. So let's move and heroic. There we go. And then wild to do 2 punches to Venom. And because he ended his turn there, he gets a movement token. And you know what? Why not? It's his turn, so he's just going to move Cosmo there. All right. And now Spider-Man, I could be wrong, but I think you might be able to take the victory home for us. Yeah, because guess what? If I play that move and a punch, and I take Spider-Man right here, that's 1, 2, 3 punches. And Venom has 1, 2, 3 health. That has won us the game. Wow. Okay. I don't think, other than when I almost did damage to Venom and then remembered and took it back at the last minute there, I don't think I messed up anything here, which means I think we had a nice clean game on our hands. Even though we really got our butts whooped at the beginning, we managed to stick it to Venom at the end by just keeping on top of those crisis tokens and not getting, not letting those overflows take us out. So, at the end of the day, the patron saint of all this stuff has guided our hand to some victory, and Venom, aka the Plague, is no more.
I'm very upset. I like giving plagues to people.
Yeah, well, sorry, Venom. That's not going to happen today. So there we have it, everybody. There is our bananas August holiday. And boy, it took a while to come up with that, but I think that theme is about as creative as we're going to get with the month of August. September's around the corner, though. September's got a pretty cool one, at least here in Canada it does. So stay tuned for that. I really like these plastic tokens a bunch. It's like I said, it's going to be hard going back to the cardboard ones. Oh, look at that. I accidentally put plastic tokens in the wrong spot. There's cardboard for reference. Hold on, see? That's what the cardboard looks like. There we go. There it is for reference. Wow. Crazy. Crazy that I actually have these now. All right. Well, that'll do it for me for today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Marvel United gameplay video here on the Digital Charcuterie channel as we continue to make the long, long wait for DC Superheroes United a little bit shorter and a whole lot sweeter. Happy August, and see you next time. Bye-bye.